Hi guys, so I wanted to kind of play with the items I got in the super secret or super surprise, I don't even know what they're calling it. I thought it was super secret, but I think it's super surprise bundle from Spellbinders. It recently came in on Christmas Eve and I went through it. We did an unboxing yesterday. I guess it depends when I put this video out. As of right now, the bundle is still available, so I'll have the links in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're to purchase items through those links. So thank you guys so much for using those. And yeah, so I just kind of want to go through it and see what I have here. Again, they might vary. They might usually vary slightly. You might not get these exact things, but similar things, right? So what I'm going to do is just kind of go through these items. Some of these I did order separately, these bottom things, but these things on top came in the bundle, and see what I have and see if I can't put a card together. I kind of have an idea using this badge label just because it's an interesting shape, and you might think, you know, it's kind of cute for like Halloween too. It just has a fun shape to it. So let me look through, like this is something I purchased separately, the Plant Lady stamps, but let me see what we got. I'll grab some papers and we'll try some of this stuff out. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to work on, we'll get to this other stuff in a minute, but I'm going to use the Happy Birthday that I got in the super secret bag there. And then I'm going to use this little lion that is so super adorable. And I think I'm going to make it a shaker, and I think maybe it's going to be like an easel card. So there's a lot going on. So on this part, I'm going to cut it out and try to position it together. I totally forgot about his little hat. I got the colors for everything else, but we have Lion Oh My. And I have some colors here that I want to use. So I think for his little mane and then whatever other little yellow accents, I'm going to use this paper. It's just layering paper that has some little polka dots on it. I thought that'd be cute. The orange, just like you see in his little face here and his little body, I'm going to use this kind of lightish orange. He has a little pink in his ears and his little cheeks, so I have a piece of pink paper, and then he has black for his eyes and nose, which is typical, and that's what I'm going to use. And then I think his glasses, oh, I got shiny black, but you know what, you aren't going to tell that this is shiny. I'll use something else for his glasses. Maybe they use silver paper, but I think I'm going to put him inside the shaker, so, you know, the shaker's going to have acetate that looks shiny anyway. So, I might just grab some other, like right now I just lean down and I have this little gold glasses. That might be cute. Will they bounce off? Yeah. Okay, so again, just taking the pieces, you know, this is his little hair back here, so I would stick that on there. This piece is interesting. I was like, it's gonna make a bunch of pieces, but no, what happens is it's gonna cut the edge, it's gonna cut these little strips, but the center doesn't cut out, so you can manipulate them, which maybe isn't the best thing to put inside a shaker, because maybe little stuff is gonna get stuck in there, but that's so cute. I was like, I can't not use that, or not put him in the shaker. And then what else do we need for that part? It looks like this piece. That's what it looks like. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose it's this piece here, and then his little tail piece. Do they have like, it's this little thing right here. And then again, I'll just tape these down and run it through at the same time. I'll use the marquee because obviously these are all small pieces. It's not a big deal. I'm just gonna put tape to tape all those down. The pink for his ears, let's see, and cheeks. It looks like this piece actually. Either one of these looks like his cheeks. I'm gonna have to decide that, and I'll show you which one I used in a minute. Obviously glasses, his facial features, and then his little body, this piece here, and this here, and then his little ears, which are these. Will be the orange. I'll make up his hat as I go along there. This is so cute. His little hat has layers if you want, and then it has that little bow that goes on the top, or whatever you want to spinner kind of thing. Obviously his tail piece should also be orange. And then I'll cut that out. And then this is his nose, obviously. It's a nice size. Okay, so these are the eyes. These are the eyes, and that's his nose. So then those are the cheeks and ear pieces. The little pieces that go inside the ears and the cheeks, so I'll get those pieces on, oopsie, on the pink. That's what you need to know. And this black for his little eyes and his little nose. And again, oh, he has a little crown too. How cute. Okay, I'll run these pieces through and we'll get him going. so cute. Again, I was just taking time to figure out where I want the pieces. I always have the little picture for reference, so I just kind of eyeballed that. Super cute. Okay, so let me check out this. I want to use the badge label. I want to see how big these are to see what we can do to make like a shaped card. I was thinking about doing like a trifold, but then I thought, well, it might be hard to do. I feel like I want to go towards this one. Let's see how big this is. This is just about 6 inches tall and about 4 1/4 from here to here. It might be a little wider down here, but about 6 inches tall. So I think this is a good one. This guy's gonna be more of like a 5 by 7. So let's go with this, and then we're gonna layer him up later. So I just want to see that. And we're gonna make him into an easel, I believe. So what I'm gonna do is pick a color for the card base. Oh, why do I have this brown paper here? That's nice. Huh, maybe I'll make it a little bit jungly since he is a lion, but let's see. I'll be right back. 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I cut it so that it's just 5 inches wide. I think 5 inches will obviously accommodate the width of that, you know, with a little extra. But we want to make it into a hinged card because we want to make it a card base, so we just need it like that. So I'm just going to take this and fold it right down the center, and I should do this with a bone folder, but it's going to cut away most of this, so you're not going to see a lot of that other than this little piece here. So fold there. I'm going to take this to make our card base. I do want it to be a little bit sturdy, so I do want a nice sturdy hinge. If I go up here, it's going to be a little hinge. It'll still work, but it'll just be a lot smaller. So let's give ourselves some room to work with and not have to be afraid that our card will fall apart or tear or something like that. So that's my card base. It's going to be craft cardstock. And I'm going to run this through my Gemini because I just cut this as big as it is. This might fit through your marquee again. It just depends on how wide your cutting machine is, whatever machine you have. So I'm going to put this on here. Pretty much all the layers. That's just the metal plate, the magnetic, and the plastic shim, and this guy. And then I'm going to make it into a shaker with a little bit of a frame, so we're going to use the next step down to make like a frame around that shaker. And then I'm going to use I was thinking about using craft foam to make the lift that we need for the shaker, so we'll talk about that in just a minute. But let's get this removed here, and I think that came out pretty well. Oh, come on. I should have used the other tape. So this is, people ask me all the time what tape this is. This is Crafter's Companion low tack tape, but we always joke because it's not really low tack. And in fact, it will tear your paper. My friend here, Linda Daniel, had sent me this one from the Dollar Tree, you guys. And it is very low tack. I actually used this to wrap some gifts, and it was not working too well because it's very low tack. So for our purposes as crafters, it works great. Okay, so I have that. So this is my card base. We're going to easel it in just a minute, but as you can see, you just made your own card base. And then for the topper part of that, I'm going to use this light blue paper. I guess I'll just cut it like this so I can conserve some of my paper here. And get this cut out. And then I'm going to do one more thing with this paper. I'm going to run it through that embossing cut and emboss folder that came in my super surprise bag. Super surprise. You know, I want to say secret. I'm telling you, I keep forgetting what it's called. Hopefully my paper didn't shift. I should have taped that. We'll see if it shifted and I'm over here trying to conserve paper. I will do it again. No big deal. Okay, good. Oh, it really got in there. All right, so that is going to be basically what's going to be. It's stuck to our card to make our easel. One more thing I want to do to that paper before, well, yeah, I also want to make a frame, but we'll do that in just a minute. I just want to add some texture to this, and you might not even see it because this is going to be inside the shaker, right? Our shaker acetate and stuff is going to be on top of this. But, oh, I guess I need to cut my acetate too. That's the other thing we got to do. I'm going to use this guy. It's kind of thick. I'm going to start off with just the cutting plates and see what happens. And my paper is the same on either side, but I'm going to put it this way. And I figure some of this is going to cut off, just so you know. But I just thought it was cute, and I want to try it. So just to give it some texture. You know what I'm saying? The very edges are in there. I guess you could manipulate it a little bit differently if you wanted to. Like I could probably turn this around And then you can manipulate it more because that tip can be just sticking out over here. And you can kind of see where those little flowers are going to be. But, huh, interesting. I didn't think about that. I can get really close to the edge on either side. All right, we'll do that. See what happens. And I'm just going to do the 2 of these guys. I know you guys will ask if you can run these cut and emboss through the marquee. I have not tried it, and I probably wouldn't, just because you're not even supposed to put the 3D type through there. Some people do anyway. I'm not going to be recommending that because I don't want to be held responsible for something happening, you know. But let me see if this is deep enough. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, very deep. I just wanted to take a peek, and this is like, look at that. So I was able to manipulate a little bit. I probably could have got it a little bit more over this way and not cut the edge there, but that's okay. I was expecting that I was going to cut both sides, so like cut some off of both. Look at this. Okay, cool. And then these little ejector things are in here. Do not pick those out, the little white stuff. That helps you, your die pieces, you know what I'm saying? Those little pieces that are in there come out, so do not pick those out. It's part of the design features there. Okay, so we have this, and then I want like a little frame. The frame doesn't have to be, let me see if I have some cute, like tropical paper to go back to the little lion, you know what I'm saying, or safari type paper, should I say. I'll be right back. This cute Rainbow Fever from Craft Perfect from Tonic. Look at this. I'll use this side. Cute. Okay. And it's 6x6, so the whole thing will go through my Gemini, no problem. I am eyeballing that because, again, this is about 6 inches tall, so just a little bit smaller than that. And all I want to do with this is make a frame, and I suppose if I wanted to save some paper, I could move that over just a little bit. Just really make sure I'm over here. And I can use this paper for something else. I know I was chastised this morning from my Tonic video for the Over the Moon dies. I used that really pretty silver paper. It was like 5x7, and I covered pretty much all of it. And people were like, I can't believe you didn't cut the middle out of that. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I do feel very badly about that, you guys. I was just moving along. But yes, if there's something that's going to be covered up, you might as well save that piece because you can't see it anyway. I'm just eyeballing this to make my own frame, but you know, however you guys want to do that. I don't want it to move. And I'm using that low-tack tape again instead of the Dollar Tree one. Alright, so we're going to get this through here. Again, same sandwich with everything, but no rubber mat. You don't ever want to put the rubber mat through with the magnetic mat, okay, for your junior. Okay, we're almost there. I'm going to cut a piece of acetate after this with that larger die. And since I don't have that set up, I'll just talk about it really quickly. Because I think this video is going long and I thought this will be quick. Alright, because we still got to do the happy birthday banner. Okay. Doop. I'm just trying to pick this off carefully. Okay. So that's going to go around here, but that's also going to cover up the foam that we have back there. So for the acetate, again, you can just use whatever carrier. If you don't have special acetate, just stamp carrier sheet or anything like that. I'll take this larger die and just run it through with my acetate. But the acetate, what I'll do is I'll have my cutting mat. I'll put the acetate down, then I'll put this on it. So this cuts into the metal. It might cut out anyway, just on the cutting plate, but I just like to cut into metal whenever I use acetate. It just gives you a nicer, cleaner cut. And then again, I'll layer the same things over on top and the other cutting plate, and I'll be right back. Okay. Like I said, right into there, and there it is. Look at that. Cuts really nicely. Okay. Oh, one other thing we need to cut. Darn it. I was going to cut the craft foam the exact same way as the other one, but I forgot. So now let me think about how I'm going to ameliorate this. If we don't cut the craft foam exactly the same way, you know what? I'm just going to have to use my foam, my regular dimensional adhesive. But what I would have recommended when we were cutting this out, so it'd be exactly the same. We had this die and we have this die. I suppose maybe I can use this as a guide. But then this one can still be anywhere. Is cut the paper and the foam at the same time, or however. But either way, when you go to release this, I would keep these together. You know how I had some tape here touching both of them? And that way you know your foam is going to be cut the exact same way. Because now if it's even off a little bit, you're going to see it. So I can't use this. But if you were going to use craft foam, you know, to get this lift that you need, keep it together. I might be able to use this. I just don't want to mess with it. So to be honest, I'm just going to use my regular foam. So dimensional adhesive that I have on roll. That is from Crafter's Companion. And, ooh, I think sometimes they sell it other places, but that's normally where I got it before. And of course with all that I probably lost my acetate. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this to this, and we're almost there, guys. And then we're just gonna make our little shaker insert stuff and our easel, and then our little streamer, banner, bunting, however you want to call it. Look at that. So cool. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit before I really mess with it, but off camera, because I know this is gonna be tedious, I'm going to take this. This is pretty good as far as the width. So what I'm gonna do is bring this around here and just shape it. I'm saying this die isn't that intricate that the shape is odd, you know what I'm saying? And I can cut it off, I probably will. Usually I just take it around and keep going, but I think I'll cut it off. So that, I'll cut that. And then a piece here. Just make sure it's buttered up really well. I know I'm going to use large, like confetti type stuff, so it's not going to come out. But if you're going to use a finer glitter, you do not want it falling through the cracks. So always butter it up really, really well. Okay, so I'm just going to go around and add the little pieces just like this. And you can do the same thing even if you don't have this foam strip. You can just cut down your dimensional adhesive into little sections, you know. Again, just don't let it have any gaps. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did that and took the backings off just to spare you a little more pain watching that happen. And now I'm going to bring this little guy over. And he's in our card. And then we have this. Let's see. Yeah, he needs to be like there somewhere, just so he's kind of center. So cute. Okay, I'm going to use a quick dry glue because I'm just going to glue him down. If you want to pop him up in here a little bit, you know, you can do that. The glitter's going to get stuck behind him and stuff, but it'll shake loose, you know, just like you guys. I'm almost done. My son walked out of his room yelling, even though I told him I'd be making a video. And not yelling, you know, kids. He was just kind of like having kid fun. Okay, here we go. Put that there. I'm gonna let this dry because if I put the glitters right now and just start, you know, moving on, it possibly could move. So I'm gonna hold this down, let it dry for a minute, and then we'll add our glitter, add our topper. You know what, maybe in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is put some weight on this. This is probably enough weight. You can see his little head thing is out. And score this guy. Let's bring our card base back. And this you can do whatever you like, you know, just make it up. So you know, this card is about 5 inches tall. This card base, not the card, because by the time we add this other piece, it'll be taller. So I like to go like 2.5 inches. So let's say 2.5, just to make it nice and sturdy. And that's where we're gonna fold that, and that is what's gonna make our easel. Okay, I'll be right back. So I didn't glue this little spinner thing down too much, so I'm sure maybe some stuff will get stuck back there, but that's okay. I have this blue turquoise kind of sequence, which I think is really cute. I don't want to fill it up too much, but I'm gonna use the blue just to bring some of that blue back. And then I have this one, which I hardly ever use, maybe for like Christmas cards. That green is so garish, it's like green, you know, so I hardly ever use it. But I think for this it'll be cute with a little lion. Ooh, not too much of that either. Maybe a little bit more. I think that's a cute combo of colors. Maybe nice for like a peacock card. Okay. You know what? Oh, this is funny. Because in my mind I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stick it on here, you know, the card base. I might have to put this on something else because of the little holes. They're very small. I don't think any of this stuff will fall out of it, but it might. So I have to make a little repair here, guys. But let me bring this over and put that through here. Yeah, in my mind I just was thinking, oh yeah, because this will be on the base. Well, yeah, it'll be on the base to a certain point, but not completely, you know. Okay, you know I always like to do this, and I like to turn over whatever it is I'm working on and really give it a good squish. So yeah, you have these little areas. Do you think it'll fall out? I guess I could test it, but I think if someone's shaking it really hard, it might let something come out. I don't know. Because that part's going to be covered up. It's just this little top part here. I'll go ahead and cut out another. I mean, it's kind of cute because you can see that, like, it doesn't really seem like any. Yeah, they're the hearts. It's the hearts, those little tiny hearts. Okay. All right, let me get a craft piece cut out of the larger die that I used early on, and I'll be right back. So I just cut out, again, that larger one. This yellow paper, I thought, well, why use craft if you can use something fun, right? It's always funner to use something fun. Now, if you really wanted to shove these back in there, I guess you could, but I'll just put them back in the bag later. And we're just going to glue this down. And I'm going to go around here. And so I'm going to keep this facing down until this glue is dry, because just in case some glitter gets behind it. Duh. In my mind, I was like, yeah, because I'm going to put this on the, you know, the card base. I forgot the card base is going to bend on me and not have that. So just making sure to really get in here, around these little edges. So you can do this before, or if you don't use the cut and emboss folders, obviously, you're not going to have a problem with this. You're just going to have the shape and no cutouts. Okay. And then, so like I said, I got real close to around those circles, and I'm just going to put this down and let that set up, okay? Sorry about that. Little hiccup. I'll be back. I just want to show you that we're just going to turn this over. Oh, little yellow, so cute. Okay. Just a littlest here and there. I'm going to leave this for now because we're going to stick this to this, but also I need to know how... No, I don't need to know anything. What I want to do is put that over there and let that dry. Oop, there goes my card base. And I need that little happy birthday. So with this one, what you're going to do is cut this out, and then you put like a piece of string or whatever strand you want there, and it'll hold them all at the same time, basically. Now, having said that, I think it's going to take a little bit of work, because you would think it's one piece, but it has spaces in between. So we're going to try to do this as easily as we can. I don't know what that means, but let's check this out. I don't know how much. It might be too big. I wanted to try it. Let me see. If the happy is right here, I don't want birthday to cover his face, you know? Huh. I have to keep that one really tight. Okay, because this is half of the width, it's going to be half the width. So what I'm going to do is cut this out on some yellow paper. Sure. Make that pop a little bit. And I will be right back. But again, I'm going to try to keep them so that they don't move too much. I'll be right back. Okay. I don't think it's going to matter, to be honest, because you're going to want to arrange your little letters and things, you know, so that they're nice. But let's just pretend. So see, it's still on here anyway. Let's see. I don't know what the best way to do this is. I haven't done this before. Let's pop these out. I think I'm just going to have to space them out myself. Oh, the B stayed up here. Oh, come on. I guess I can take that off. Oh, that's actually a D. See, that's what's funny, because the way they're here, they're both sides of the letter. The front and the back, should I say. Okay, let's remove that. And so since that's the pretty side, then what we're going to do is turn these over anyway. So yeah, I just do it one at a time. So what I'm going to do right now is take some time to fold them just like this. So here's my H. And we're just going to do this ourselves. I was thinking I could put the string across and then just get it all at once, but that doesn't really make sense. So H-A. So I'm going to take some time and just fold each one. They have a really nice score line, so it's not hard to do. And I'll be right back. So I'm all folded there. So I'm going to give this some time, some room, should I say. So this is very thick stuff. Let me see if actually, because now that I look at it and look at the letters. I don't know where. I have a thinner, from like the Dollar Tree, the twine is a little thinner. This is some good heavy duty stuff. It might be too heavy duty for this. Let me see. I'm still going to use it, but I'm not really trying to glue the letters at the top because that's just kind of What I'm going to do is take my glue and just put it down lower. I'm going to give myself a good beginning because I don't even know what I'm going to do as far as sticking this down. So I'm giving myself some string at the beginning here. And just put the glue, I'm putting it along the bottom letter there, and I'm gonna hold this, pull this tight, hold that down. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of see what I'm doing. I kept this up towards the top, and I'm just squeezing the letters down here. And then I'm gonna eyeball where the next one should maybe be, and I'll be happy with that. Like, I'll just eyeball it. Just a little bit. Maybe there, you know? And I'll stick that down, and then I'll give myself some space before I do the birthday part of it, because that's going to be on its own thing anyway. I don't think I'm going to keep it all in one. That's going to be way too long, right? So again, some glue, hold it down, go to the next one, the next one, next one, and I'll be back. I just finished that up. Didn't take too long, but I mean, you know, it's work, right? Because you want it to be nice and straight and all that. And I'll just cut that from there to there. And let me bring my card base back and see where we want to put this. And then I don't know what I want to do with the ends of these. I was thinking about using the little flowers that came. So just stick it down and then maybe add some little flowers on top to cover up the ends. But you can also just make like little bows. So I'm not exactly sure what I want. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I didn't want to cover up too much of him. I think this will be great. We can also have tucked this behind, you know, this part. But I kind of wanted it to show, so I wasn't really too worried about that. Aw, it's so cute. So I was thinking about making bows here at the end of this, but that's a little tedious. Let me think about how I want to end these two pieces, and I'll be right back. I think I like the way that looks. Now, if you want to bring more of this and just make a bow, you can do that right on the end. Just make another bow, because no one will know that didn't come from that same piece. But if you left yourself plenty of string, which I did not, even though I thought maybe I did, I'm going to show you how tedious this is with these little pieces. I'm just doing bunny ears, and I'm just going to push that through and make myself a little bow at the end of this string. Sorry. I need to see it, but you guys need to see it, but I also need to see it. So I have to get it close to myself. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on all the ends. Just make this little bow, and that's what we're going to use to glue. Put some glue behind that and hold that down. So cute. So I'm just going to put gobs of this glue. It dries pretty fast. It holds really well. So again, it's just the deluxe adhesive that's actually back in stock at Tonic's website. So I'm going to give that a minute to set up too. So I'm going to glue it there and then glue this one same way. Put little gobs of glue and stick that down. And we're almost done. Just going to adhere this to our base, and then we have to make like a little stopper. I have all kinds of weird ideas here. So I was looking through the stuff and I'm like, well, I like the little flowers. There's some other items in there. Maybe these would have made a nice stopper, but the little pastel-y, I could probably do something with it though, because that light blue that I put in there. So I just grabbed some green paper that I have in my stash and a little light blue piece. So this is 3 by an inch, and this is 2 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And I think what I'm going to do is run this through that same embossing folder I just used. Where did I put it? I know I just had it, and I said to myself, why'd you put it there? All right. I'm going to find the embossing folder, the cut and emboss folder, and I'm just going to run this through an area that only has embossing, not really the cutting out, but maybe the cutting out. We will see. Oh, here it is. So skinny. I put it this way. You couldn't even see it. So anyhow, I just want to run this through like right here, and it'll get some embossing on it. But I guess if you wanted to cut out the little flower, you know, let's go ahead and cut out the little flower. Why not? Kind of towards the center-ish, I suppose. Let me see, where is that? You can see on the back. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I'm going to run this through my Gemini, and I'll be right back. Let's get those little pieces out. Yeah, that's fun, because it kind of just echoes whatever was going on in the background. So I was like, how am I going to get these 2 pieces of paper to kind of look like what, you know, something that should be there. Not just like, oh, that's just there for whatever reason. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down very well, and then I'm going to take my little flowers that also were in that super secret bag. Let me know. I know a lot of you guys got yours before I got mine, and like I said, they're still available. So, you know, if you want to order one, I'll have the links there, like I said. But did you get very similar things? And then people can read through the comments and have an idea of what they might be getting. So I'm going to stick these on there too. I just don't know if I should do that first. I was kind of going to stick with these blue ones. Because gray, I don't really have a lot of gray in this, and I don't want to bring in something totally different. How cute is that? So I'll stick those 2 there. They don't have stickiness on the back, so I'm just going to glue them down. Just with regular glue. I mean, you can make them dimensional. I don't want too much dimension because then the card won't close. And then we have to also pop this up anyway with some dimensional adhesive, right, for the stopper. So, oh my gosh, you guys, this came together so cute. Okay, I'm gonna glue those down and I'm gonna put some dimensional adhesive on the back. So when I come back, all we're doing is sticking it together and we're gonna be done. Okay, just a couple last things. We're gonna glue this down. Again, I'm using this just because I want it to dry quickly. Also want you to notice that these FSJ, this badge die, look how it makes that cool embossed edge. Really like that. Okay. And I'm just going to put this on here. Obviously you want to do that straight. And you don't want to get glue all over the place because if you get glue way up high, then you got to close it just to see, it's going to stick this to that. So you only want that glue at that bottom part. So cute. Oh my gosh, so this is not ready, but I will move on because I have such a mess here right now, you guys. Oh my gosh, there's stuff everywhere, but it was fun to just get into this and pick out pieces here and there and do, you know, whatever it is. And I just eyeballed this and look at that, it's like perfect size. I was like, maybe 3 inches, because I know this is about like 4 1/4-ish, right? And then how far or close you want to put that is up to you. I'll put it right there. I don't want to press too hard because my little flowers are still drying. And there's our stopper. And we have a very ornate, fancy birthday card. Now, I did want to mention right now, I was... the reason I skipped over the chipboard because I'm like, it's kind of skinny. And you could put it on dimensional adhesive to pop it up. You know, if I had used this one, like this little tab, and I could put the little flowers on it and everything. But this is thick, right? I mean, that's thicker than normal, right? The things you normally do. So you want to make sure that your stopper is going to be high enough to keep that back. All right? All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is so cute. All right, I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.